Hi guys, my name is Shauna Stanford. Today I'm going to be doing a review for you with this L'Oreal Feria, which is one of my favorite brands of hair color, in the shade that's called Smoky Silver. Now, I'm hoping it's going to turn out well, but I don't know if any of you have already tried silver shades. They are very different. All of them come different colors, it seems like, and I really struggle with it coming even close to what the box says it should be. I mean, I'll keep my fingers crossed, but you know, so far I haven't had very good luck with it. So first I'm going to determine my shade based on their little panel right here, to see what color potentially my hair should come. You can see I really messed up my hair since this COVID thing happened. Obviously I haven't been able to go to the salon, so I've been doing it myself, which is not a good idea. But when times call for desperate measures, you know, you get desperate and you do what you can. So you can see I have a lot of regrowth, different shading. I have like a lot of this bluish, weird bluish color in my hair, which is from another failed silver color attempt. Not with this Feria, but with another color. So I guess we'll just go by my roots. I don't know, I think maybe this one is probably the closest, I would say. So we should hope to get that shade right there, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. So first I'm gonna open it up, and you should have, sorry, give me 1 second. You should have the Feria Shimmering Conditioner Gel. You should have the Power Shimmer Conditioner. You should have the Developing Cream and the Aromatic Shine whatever stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You should have 4 items all together. 4. Before coloring, I'm not going to read you the instructions, you can read yourself, but just quickly, one of the most important things is to do a skin allergy test. A lot of people are allergic to hair color, so you might want to do a small patch, put a small patch of the dye on your skin and let it set and see if you have any complications. If everything goes good after 25 minutes, you should be fine. And then the next thing is that your hair should not be super clean. It should be kind of dirty. Actually, the dirtier the better. I know it sounds gross, but because of the natural oils that happen when your hair is dirty, it helps to make the color come out better, and also protects your hair from being damaged more than it should be. So make sure it's dirty and brushed out pretty much. So then the one thing that you could do also, which I do sometimes depending on the color, is you can do a strand test to preview what potentially the color could look like, so you don't have a huge mishap if you're really unsure of it. So like I would take a piece from the back, maybe the bottom, I'd just cut a little piece off, and then I'd tape it to a foil, and I'd put just a few drops of the color on there and give it 25 minutes and see what it comes out. And then you can get an idea of what color is going to come. For me, in my case, it's not going to be beneficial for me because I have so many different colors in my hair already. It's just not going to be reliable. So we're just gonna hope, wish, and pray that it comes out good. So let's get started. Okay, so quickly just brush out my hair. Another thing is that this shade is really for light blondes, light to medium blondes, and it won't work for anything darker. I suggest if you want the most silvery kind of color, I would bleach it a little bit first, or get it as light as you possibly can. Otherwise, if you kind of like that other shade that comes with the darker blonde, then that's fine too. I just happen to like it a little bit lighter, so I did bleach a little bit to try to cover some of the regrowth here that's just gross. So, yeah. So then we're just gonna snap off the top. Always snap it off first, because when we're gonna mix the stuff in here, if that top's still on there and the lid's on when we shake it, it's gonna burst. Like, it'll burst and go everywhere. So make sure the top's off first, then, caps off first, then twist open and put in your developer. So we're gonna be putting the number one into number 2. And this is the shimmering color gel going into the developer cream. And then last but not least is the aromatic shimmer serum. This is also going to go into that same bottle. This pretty much what it does is it gets rid of that nasty hair dye smell, and it kind of helps to add a little bit of natural shine to the color when it comes out. But it's a little bit, let me get a scissor to cut this open. Okay, so we got 1, 2, and this is 3 going into developer cream bottle. All right, now let's replace our, oh, there it is, our top, and shake it like a salt shaker, as best as we can, for as long as you can, to really get it mixed up. I hate this part. And the funny thing is, you know, it's really sad that I'm doing my own hair in the first place, because not only is my mother a hairdresser, but my brother, my little brother, who just turned 22, is just graduated from Paul Mitchell Hair School, and yet I'm still stuck doing my own hair. Nice, huh? Well, that's what family's for. Also, I should mention, I forgot to say in the beginning, my age. I am 29, going on 35. So actually, no, I'll be 35 in October of this year. Oh my God, I feel so old. But anyways, so don't feel discouraged because you're a little bit older. I know it's kind of a younger-ish kind of hair color, but it can work depending on your style and how you make it work. So, you know, try it. I mean, I think it's a really beautiful color when done correctly. So we're almost mixed here. Okay, now we're pretty much mixed. It says that the total developing time should be 25 minutes, give or take. But first, I should probably put something, if you don't want to ruin your shirt, which this case, it's black, it probably won't get ruined anyways, but just to be safe, I'm gonna put on an old t-shirt. This one looks good enough. Target's Old New Day. t-shirt. Second would be to avoid getting any hair staining on your face or your neck. I would put just a little bit of moisturizer. It's not necessary, but for darker colors it's absolutely necessary. For this color, it might not even really bother. Well, I'll just put a little bit, but around my face area mostly. Just around here. My earlobes. You can put a little over your neck. And that should be good enough. Okay, so now we can start coloring. Since I do have some old dye in my hair, I'm gonna go for the option that is touch-up color, but it doesn't really matter. I think I could go either way, but so basically that just means that I'm gonna start at my roots and leave that on for 10 minutes first, and then after that I'm gonna do the ends and leave that for 15 minutes, and then that'll beat it for a total of 25. Okay, so let's get started. Oops, I forgot the gloves, wait. Very important for gloves. Although I wish I didn't have to wear them because it's so much, I feel like it's so constraining to wear gloves. Like I can't feel where I'm putting the color as well, but it's almost a necessity because I can't have silver hands, can I? But yeah, Feria is one of my favorite brands just because they seem to have some of the prettiest colors, and they really are multi-tonal, and they have a lot of like, seems like, you know, like shimmering like highlights with just a solid color application. I've had really good results with other Feria products in the past. It is kind of a little bit more pricey than some of the others, but you know, when you're doing something as important as your hair and you're doing it by yourself, then it's worth the extra $5 or whatever it is. I think this box cost me probably $15, and I should have bought 2 to be honest, because my hair is really long, but I just couldn't afford it at the minute, so we're gonna have to make it work like this. And but the good thing about Feria is that they tend to use a little bit more product, I think, than some of the other brands, so that even with long hair like mine is like long, you can see it's like, you know, like past my breast, you know, so mid back area, and I have a lot of hair. It doesn't look like it, but it's very dense, very thick, so I normally would need 2 bottles, but with Feria I've been able to get away with 1, so that's good. So yeah, just do our roots. The trick is to kind of try to do it as quickly as possible without missing spots. Okay, So I have gotten most of it in there, saturated it, and so now I just piled it loosely on top of my head, and I'm gonna look, oh, see there? I'm gonna look for those spots that are like I missed or aren't saturated enough. So I get everything there. So I just pile loosely on top of my head. And this is where you're just gonna kinda just empty out your bottle. Leave tiny bit in at the bottom just in case you find some little strand later on that you need to fix. But generally this is the time now where what I'm gonna do is take your comb and start brushing it out a little bit to make sure that I really saturated every strand as well as I possibly could. So let me do that quickly. This is not the funnest process because it does, it is really strong, this ammonia. Man. You can see how dark it comes out right now. That's looking really dark, but I'm optimistic that that's not gonna look like that when I wash it out. I hope, because otherwise that's gonna be way too dark. Always try to see if you can find your natural part the way you normally part it, and then make sure that especially is saturated completely, because that would be the normal way you would wear your hair, and you don't want it to look funny, especially in that obvious of an area. I think maybe I need a little more there. It's really kind of hard to brush out when it's like this, but it's not gonna be perfect. It's just to try and saturate as well as possible. I don't know, maybe this brush would be better. Oh yeah, that's better. This is just like a Revlon regular wire brush. That seems to work a lot better than that comb was like really pulling my hair. Okay, get the ends brushed out. As you can see, I have dye all over my chest, but that should come out, no problem. Okay. I think I am saturated. So now I'm gonna just flip again. And pile my hair loosely on top of my head. Squeeze out a little remaining mixture. Alright, now we have to wait about 15 minutes. 10 or 15, give or take. And then we should be able to wash it out. So I'll set the timer for 10 minutes and I will see you right back. Hey guys, okay, so time is up and now it's time to go wash out this lavender gray dark mess. And hopefully it doesn't turn out the way it looks right now. Remember, whenever I'm applying color, when you want to wash it out, never ever shampoo. Only conditioner. So rinse. Well, what the box says is first add a little bit of water to lather it up to a foamy kind of a shampoo consistency, and then rinse until the water comes clear. And then you add your last item, which is your shimmering conditioner. Put that on, leave it on for like 10 minutes, and then rinse out thoroughly. So here I go, I'm gonna go jump in the shower real quick and we'll see what happens when I get out. Okay, I'm out of the shower now, my hair is dried, and now's the time of the big moment to see what has happened to my hair. So here's the big reveal. Ready? Wow. It's a little bit darker than I thought it was gonna be. That's okay though. I think it'll shampoo out. When I shampoo it, it'll get a little bit lighter. I hope. But you know what? The color is not that bad. I'm actually pretty happy with it. Let's compare the box. This is the box. This is the result. Leave me your comments. Let me know what you think. Bye.